Plenty of room, Kevin.
What we're trying to achieve today is we're trying to develop some better shocks for Bristol.
And it's loading the next drive file. So here goes.
This replicates a lap of Bristol Speedway, and we're replicating the vertical inputs at the wheel that we see on the racetrack. What we use this test for is basically suspension tuning and shock absorber tuning.
And this has both the road inputs into the tires and also the aerodynamic input, simulating data that the team collected at the track.
We've gone through a number of different sets of shocks that various Hendrick teams have run on the racetrack, looked at what are better or worse for each of those sets, and now we're starting to tune around those. We've picked several sets, and now we're starting to improve those.
And we'll be going to the regular track file next.
We've done a good job of replicating the input that the car sees on the racetrack, and probably that front wheel does come off the racetrack a bit in real life. But now, seeing that, what we will do is we'll be tuning the shock absorbers to try and minimize that, or actually probably eliminate that by the end of the test. We look at how the height varies during a test, and we couple that with data from the wind tunnel to actually calculate downforce. So we can look at both how much grip the tire's getting, but also how much downforce the car's producing. A 1% improvement in grip here on the 7-post test is perceivable to a driver on the racetrack. After a week of testing here, we can get 2 or 3% of improvement, and that's maybe worth 1/10 to 2/10 on the racetrack. If we can find, and sometimes we do, we can find a 5% improvement, that's huge. That can be as much as 3 or 4/10 on the racetrack. We get small improvements here, but what we found is that small improvements yield very good results. It may not be faster for 1 lap, but in 50 laps it may be a second or 3 seconds faster, and that's real valuable in race setup.
I'd like to do that all in one day.
We get a lot of really good feedback from the teams. We've run a number of tests where we've developed the shocks here, taken them to the racetrack, compared them to the best shocks that the teams have had, and they have been superior to anything that they could develop on the racetrack. We've done that with various teams within GM and have had very good results. With the limited testing that we have now in NASCAR, this is a great tool to use for tuning the shocks. We can do it here, we can come up with a good combination, and what we have been able to do is develop the shocks here, take them to the racetrack, and those are the best shocks that we've been able to develop either on the track or in the laboratory or anywhere else.